Are you looking to improve your golf game in 2025? Look no further than Golf by Gun. Golf by Gun specializes in individual lessons, small group sessions for 2 to 3 people, and even corporate events to enhance your networking skills on the green. In addition, couples golf lessons are a perfect way to bond with your partner while mastering your swings together. Here's an exclusive offer for our listeners. If you mention Chiefs Central, you will get $10 off your first lesson. That's right, $10 off your first lesson. Take your game to new heights and enjoy the sport you love even more. Follow Golf by Gun on Instagram and Facebook for tips and updates, or reach out via email at golfbygun@gmail.com. See you on the course.
How's it going, Cappy?
It's going well. Happy almost holidays to you.
Yeah, I'm ready for this next week to be done with.
I bet you are. I like the FedEx Santa hat.
Thanks. I just wanted to be like you, so.
Well, it's not often that a son says that about a father, so I feel obligated to put my best foot forward.
Yeah, they bought like a big box of these for everybody, and like nobody's really taken them. So I've taken like 4 or 5.
Oh, nice. Good. You should.
But I've just been rocking it. I get compliments on it everywhere I go because I wear
Oh,
it when I deliver. So
that's nice.
yeah, and I think it's kind of cool. It's like a little purple,
Good for you.
but yeah. So I figure I'll try to get into the Christmas spirit as much as I can right now with
Yeah.
this job's making me hate Christmas. So
Yeah. Well, I get that. Life's making me hate Christmas, so I get it.
yeah, that's a big mood. I feel you there.
Yeah, I know you do.
Especially since the 10-game winning streak came to an end the other night.
Yeah, that was tough to see, but boy, it's not like it was touch and go. It was pretty much going to be over with pretty quick in that game.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I mean, maybe the hectic travel schedule maybe finally caught up to them a little bit, even after having a week off of a three
Yeah,
and three. And
I don't know. They're young. They're kids. It's hard to say. I mean, maybe they've been rolling pretty long, and maybe all of a sudden you come back home after that win and without having Catton and against
yeah,
Seattle, thinking what we're just 10 in a row. We're kind of rolling and just don't mentally prepare well enough. I guess not. I don't want to say take things for granted necessarily, but just they did not give it their all. And we'll talk about it when we get to the game. I'll tell you who I think was the best player on the ice.
yeah. I mean, Friday night, even in that game in Seattle, I think the Chiefs dominated play for the most part.
They did against a
The
lesser opponent right now, but yes,
Correct,
I agree.
correct. I thought for the most part they pretty much dominated play. Seattle had a 2-1 lead after the first period, but the Chiefs outshot them 14-6, and just from then on, it was just it like overall from a general hockey standpoint, they just dominated in pretty much every aspect except for
Mm-hmm.
the score.
Mm-hmm.
Outshot them 42-16 in the
Yeah,
game,
that
including
was great.
21-3 in the second period alone.
Yeah, and we were talking during the game about how Chiefs were just going to the net, crashing hard, and with rebounds and trying to just get greasy goals and things too is something we had not seen since early on in the season when they kind of started out that way, and it was nice to see. And just tell you what, the Seattle goalie played really, really well.
Yeah, Grayson Malinowski, he was great. Made 38 saves on 42 shots.
Yeah, he
And
played.
if he wasn't playing so well, that would have been a blowout on the Chiefs for
Yes,
the Chiefs. I mean,
yes.
just absolutely played his heart out, and hats off to him. But Chiefs end up picking up their 10th straight win, getting it done. Secondary scoring continuing to stay hot.
Mm-hmm.
Sarkinov 2 goals. Brody Gillespie picks up his third of the year, and then Sage Weinstein got a goal there early in the
Mm-hmm.
second period, 20 seconds in.
That was a nice little play. That was from a weird angle, tough angle to receive that pass and shoot it. That was nice.
It's cool, with that's Catton's first game missing it since
Mm-hmm.
he's gone off to World Juniors and stuff too, that somebody else had to take that spot on the top line. They put Papanicus up there. I thought that first line played really well on Friday, and I mean, I feel like every line played really well on Friday,
It did.
but how much are we talking about how that Harrington line is buzzing?
Chase Harrington looks like a whole different person, and I've been impressed with him all year anyway. But he looked like, okay, I'll be Berkeley Catton tonight. Is kind of what he looked like to me. He just took over. He was skating fast. He was making passes. He looked like he wanted to be out there. It was fun to see.
Yeah, he didn't get on the scoreboard at all this weekend, but I'll tell you what, he made an impact. That whole line made a huge impact with Coco at center and then Preston on the right wing and
Yeah,
Harrington on the left wing. I mean that's just an energy line, a hustle line,
yeah,
and they did exactly what they needed to do. They do their job. They know their job, get pucks in deep and dump and chase and everything. But secondary scoring, like I said, Sarkinov getting a couple pair of goals, Preston with an assist, Shetler with an assist, Brett Sather picked up an assist. Nathan Mays in his first game back from injury
yeah,
picked up an assist on the first goal. So it's good to have him back in the lineup. I think the Chiefs definitely missed his physicality on the back
yeah.
end.
I agree.
Um, but it's nice to have him back. And I think that if he could stay healthy the rest of the year, he's going to be a really, really huge part of our decor.
Yeah,
And I mean, other than that, it was just a pretty solid game all around. Seattle just stayed in the game, but pretty much because of Malinowski, their
yeah,
goaltender. And
absolutely.
a couple of odd plays going against the Chiefs that they made that turned the puck over and ended up in the back of our net.
Hmm.
Not really anything you can blame on the goaltender.
No,
Just again, mistakes. It happens. It's going to happen at any level. But overall, Chiefs dominating Seattle. 1 for 5 on the power play. Outshot them 42-16 on the night. Like I said, including 21-3 in the second period alone.
that's crazy.
Pretty crazy, yeah. So that right there marked our 10th game we won in a row, the most since the COVID season. Going into Saturday night back at the Spokane Arena, the final home game of the first half of the season,
Yeah,
against the Prince George Cougars, and our good old buddy Cooper Michaluk in net for PG, getting his first start against his former team. And I said to you when we were sitting in the seats pregame, I said he's going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder. He's going to be playing. He's going to be absolutely dialed in because he's going to want to beat us. And he played his heart out, and that's for sure.
he did. I was happy for him. I really was.
Very nice ovation before
Yeah,
puck drop too. Crowd. I saw a lot of people in the crowd standing up and giving the standing O,
yeah,
and
and a nice acknowledgement
saluting
from
back
him
to the crowd.
to the crowd.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely. He seems like a really really good kid. So I feel like a lot of fans are still kind of like not up in arms, but like still questioning trading him, especially after that performance last or on
yeah,
Saturday night.
yeah.
Um, but again, that's can't have two
We know
19 year
why.
old
Yes,
goaltenders. Deep down, everybody understands that. And I tell you what, once we got to the third period and we were down 3-0, I wanted him to get that shutout.
me too. Me too.
I really did. I
Me too.
mean, there's no better way to stick it at your former team.
Yeah.
And like I said to you on the way out of the game, I don't think I could be that mad with him being the one to break our winning
No, not
streak
at all.
either.
Not at all.
So yeah, I'm happy, definitely happy for him, and he played a great game. And the Chiefs just again fell flat. They just didn't look like the same team that we saw the night before at all.
Not at all.
What do you
No,
think contributed to that?
I don't know. I don't know if they were just tired. Like you said, I don't know that maybe just kind of thought they didn't need to prepare. I don't know. I know we got to the car late. I'm guessing there wasn't even post game interviews with Boiler afterwards.
I didn't hear any. Once I turned the post game on, I didn't hear any. He
I
was on
didn't
the out of
either.
town
So
scoreboard already.
um, yeah, I don't know. It was weird. The one player on the ice that I thought played hard and played with the same intensity as Friday night was Sarkanoff.
Yeah,
I really did.
definitely.
He was going to the net. He was trying to score. He was laying the body a little bit. He was doing. Everybody else just looked like they were just kind of going through the motions, and that happens. It's the ebb and flow of the season. I get that, but um, not what you want to do your last home game for the season, and it kind of makes me a little concerned for Tuesday's game against Portland.
Yeah, with Portland rolling right now,
Yeah,
I
they're
think
starting to go.
they've won a couple games in a row too, and that's a team that once they get hot, it's going to be really really hard to stop them. So
I
you're
saw I
not
saw
going
a
to want
guy
to.
post the other day like said Portland's getting good.
I saw that. I saw that
Yeah,
yesterday as well. Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about that too, especially since with Catton being gone at World Juniors.
Yeah.
I could think, us beating them 3 times already in Spokane this year, they're definitely going to want to come out their first
Oh
game
yeah.
against us at home,
They want to end the
and
first half.
get a dub. Yeah, for sure. So it's. I think they're going to be coming out with a lot of intensity. They're starting to get healthy too, and getting some of their injured guys back, and yeah, I think if the Chiefs can come out and play like they did against Seattle, I think it's going to be a pretty good game
Me too.
overall. But I fear that, having kind of a dud like we had against PG, I feel like that the potential for them to come out like that is there too, and that's what I worry about.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how this new coaching staff gets them ready for this game because it's kind of a pretty big game to end the first half of the season.
Yeah, and the one thing that we always talk about around this time of year before the kids go back home for the holiday break or whatever, they either go out with a bang on the first half of the season or they're already mentally checked out. So you got to
Yeah.
make sure that you're not mentally checked out,
Yeah.
because this game, in all honesty, and as cliche as it sounds, this game is just as important as a game at the end of March.
Yes, it is.
So they got to go into Portland, pick up these 2 points to go into the holiday break on a positive note, and then go home and see their families and celebrate the holidays and everything too, and then come back. I think our first game back's the 27th at home, I believe, against Wenatchee. So right after Christmas, have to come back. So you want to go into the break as positive as you can, picking up the huge 2 points, and I think if you get a win in that game, then that's going to put you in the mindset coming back from break that's like, oh shit, we're still, we're a good team and we know what we're doing and we know that we have the ability to beat anybody in the league. And so I think that it's a huge mental
Mm-hmm.
thing too.
Big time.
But again, it's great to see Cooper Michaluk play again in the Spokane Arena, and he played fantastic, and nothing but love for that guy.
Yeah.
I never had a bad thing to say about him when he was here.
Nope.
So
Me either.
I'm happy for him for sure.
Just a victim of circumstances.
Yeah, unfortunately. And then we were talking about the players we thought played well this weekend. Asana Sarkinov just got named to Team Kazakhstan for the
I
World
saw
Juniors
that. So we're
Championship.
going to be without him too.
I totally forgot that Kazakhstan was in the tournament this
Yeah,
year.
me too.
So that's awesome for him.
Yes, it is.
I mean, that's huge. He was the captain of their U18 team in the U18 World
Oh, was
Championship
he?
a couple of
I
years
didn't know
ago. Scored a hat trick against Team Canada, actually.
Nice.
And they beat. I think they beat Canada that game too. So that's huge for him. It's their first year back in the
Yeah.
tournament since 1920. And then let's see here. What else? Kazakhstan has 4 gold medals in the D1 tournament: 2024, 2018, 2015, and 2007. So Sarkinov and Berkeley Catton will miss the next 7 Chiefs games while they're away at the tournament, including tomorrow's game against Portland. So we'll be without Sarky now too. So that gives potentially like a Matthew Edwards a chance to hop back
I
in the
was just going
lineup
to
for a
say.
game. I almost wonder because I think I want to say last Thursday or Friday up until post World Juniors, I think there's a trade freeze.
Agreed.
I think there is, right?
There is.
And so almost wonder if there's going to be kind of a set of moves potentially could be made after the Christmas break with,
Mm-hmm.
Sarky and Catton coming back and
Mm-hmm.
the guys that we have. So that's something to look out for too. Don't expect to see anything over the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks or so. But yeah, with Sarkinov being out too, and then we still have Owen Martin out with injury. That'll put Harris, Parr, and Brody would be like fourth line. But I think that you could put Brody up to the third line maybe, and then put Edwards in the lineup. I mean, you have the personnel for it right now, so you might as well get
Yeah.
everybody in there. And I think it's going to be a good test for these guys,
Yeah, me
especially
too.
for the 16 to 17-year-olds. It's going to be a really big test for them.
Yep. Experience on the line.
Yeah. So congrats to Sarky though. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. honestly forgot that it was Monday today. My days are so kind of out of whack with the crazy work schedule right now, but I posted pretty late on the group some questions
Hmm.
and I got one question. I posted
Okay.
about an hour and a half ago. So
Okay.
I thought it was a very, very good question though, and it's something that we've already kind of touched on a little bit.
Okay.
It was asked what was our thoughts on Michaluk's appearance in net? Was the trade made prematurely? Should we have assigned Essler to his A club team or the Braves potentially?
Nope.
And somebody I just see somebody just respond to it about 20 minutes ago and said, "Come on, man. What do you honestly expect them to say? Yeah, we fucked up that trade. Not gonna happen."
Yeah.
It's like I would have been a little bit, more
Yes.
PG about it, but um essentially, yeah, I think that I mean it's something we've talked about a lot early in the season. It's kind of it sucks that you have to make that trade because, both of them are proven capable starters in the league and they've both done great things for us. But Michaluk was just unfortunately the odd man out, and I think with having, the highest drafted goalie in league history and or in Chiefs
Chiefs.
history.
Yeah.
And Carter Essler coming into a 16-year-old season where he's eligible to play a full year up with the team. You have to get him in there and get him that experience, even if he's not playing, if he's just sitting on the bench, riding the bus.
Yeah.
And, you want to have a year or two with Cowan, like we talked about with Boiler the other
Boiler.
day,
Yeah. Touched on that too.
a great teacher and a great person to goalie to look up to as you come up because like I said, Essler's the goalie of the future.
Hmm.
He's probably going to be, the guy until he's at least 19.
Yeah. And,
So,
and look at, and I think that's the way this team wants to go. This team was obviously better this year than we've had the last couple of years, but they're looking for a year or two down the road still too. And the kind of the nature of this team with this coaching staff and everything, and with Bardsley too, seems to be we have a lot of 16-year-olds in the lineup, not just in goal too. It's to get them the experience now and look at a year or two down the road.
and even, the last few years we had a lot of 16-year-olds and, Owen Martin, Chase Harrington, Nathan Mays last year. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
even guys like that, like coming in their first seasons, look at all that experience that they got last year and look what they're doing now.
Exactly.
Coco Armstrong. I mean, I
Exactly.
could go on. There's a number of players that we,
Yes.
rave about constantly that just came into the league on
No.
a crappy team and played, 10, 15 minutes a night that got all that experience in their 16-year-old, 17-year-old seasons, and
Yeah.
now look what they're doing.
No, that seems to be the makeup of this team right now is that to have that and get these skilled 16-year-olds and give them the opportunity. It's I like what I'm seeing so far this season.
Yeah, I honestly think that everybody in the front office is doing probably the best job that could possibly be done right
Me too.
now.
Yeah, me too.
I'm and like, again, like we talked about with Boiler last week, you have the veteran guys with playoff experience that you brought in via trade with Redmond and Oremba and,
Mm-hmm.
Omer last year. Um, that's all a part of getting these younger guys ready too.
Yep.
And then, you have another year with Oremba, you have another 2 years with Smith Redmond. So it's like those guys all have the playoff experience. They've all played in championship games. They've all,
Mm-hmm.
all played in the Memorial Cup. So that's the kind of experience that you want to be able to give to those younger guys that's going to produce a successful
Absolutely.
franchise for years and years. So going back to the Michaluk thing, again, that was just kind of a, you hate to do it, but you have to do it kind of situation. But I thought he played great, and again, I'm happy for him that
Yep.
he picked up the win against us. Like I said, if anybody was going to end our winning streak, I'm glad it was him because he played his ass off for
Yeah, he
sure
did. He looked good.
and got a very good ovation when he came out for the second star of the game
Yeah.
too, and pointing to the crowd and probably pointing to his old billets and everything too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was happy for him for sure. And I told you, I'm staying behind and giving him a standing ovation because
Oh, yeah, exactly.
he played great. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, it is what it is. You can't win them all.
No, but you can win 10 in a row, and that's pretty good.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm not going to complain about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're still in second place in the US division, 22-10, 0-0 with 44 points. 9
Yeah.
back of Everett for first, 3 ahead of Tri-City for second.
Still the second best record in the league.
Yes.
Isn't that
Yep.
crazy?
Yep. We're higher than anybody in the Eastern Conference in
Yeah, that's
general.
crazy.
Yeah, still second best record in the
And
league.
that's with a little mini slump there for a while in November.
Yeah, for real. So the top 3 teams record-wise in the WHL are all from the U.S. division right now
That,
in Everett, Spokane, Tri-City,
that's pretty cool.
which is pretty cool. And that just goes to show, like what we said all along, it's absolutely the best division in the league.
Yeah.
Like skill-wise, I don't care what anybody from the East says. I mean,
Yeah.
there's some good teams over there with
Mhm.
Saskatoon and Medicine Hat, Lethbridge, but you look at the West, and I mean, the fifth place team in the West right now is tied with the amount of points as the top team in the East.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just personal opinion, obviously, but I still think that definitely the competition's much better here.
Yeah. I agree.
And we're still rocking with like top 3 power play and penalty kill in the league too, so that's huge.
That's
Tomorrow's going to be a good test because Portland's got one of the best penalty kills in the league as well.
yeah, and they
So
don't take many penalties either.
no, they do not. So it's going to be a big challenge for us tomorrow for sure. I think, like I said, if they can come out and play like they did against Seattle, I think we'll have a good shot. But you never know.
Yeah, we'll have to draw some more penalties. That was another thing about Saturday's game too. We obviously didn't play hard enough to draw any penalties either.
Yeah, I didn't move our feet
No,
at all. So
no.
that's definitely going to have to be a big thing. They got to put that
I
energy
expect
in.
some more jump out of the boys. Whether they win or not remains to be seen. But I expect the effort to be there.
I do too. I think, you get the 16, 17, 18s going again, and I think that they'll kind of lead the charge.
Yeah, I think the coaches will get them ready.
Absolutely. So that's about all I got for
Yeah.
this week.
Got any good feedback on the interview with Boiler?
I haven't heard much feedback. I got a couple messages here and there, but it's our highest viewed episode so far.
Nice.
And I think it went really well. It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
He was a great guy to talk to, and he said he'd be happy to come back on anytime. So I was kind of thinking, maybe we could try to get him on toward the end of the season and maybe toward the beginning of next season and
Mhm.
do stuff like that too, kind of like a little preview and a recap and
Yeah,
all
that'd be
that stuff.
fun.
I think it'd be kind of a fun thing to do. So I could probably stay in touch with him and do that.
Yeah.
And then we're currently working on getting some other guys on as well. So I've actually been talking to a couple other guys the last couple of days too. So we'll see.
Nice.
We'll see what we can make happen here in the future. But yeah, that was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, he's got some great insight and some great stories.
And he was not afraid to talk. I like that.
No, it was great. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So thanks to Boiler again for coming on.
Thank
That was
you.
awesome.
Perfect.
So
right.
I guess we'll recap next week after our first half of the season ends, eh?
Sounds good. We'll have a first half roundup, I guess.
There you go. Brilliant.
Right.
We'll
Right.
get TC on for that one too.
Yeah, maybe we can get Brandon to do it too.
Yeah, there you go. We'll get the boys on.
That'd be fun.
All right.
All right, go Chiefs, go.
Go Chiefs, go.